God didn't just call us to plant a church. God called us to plant a church during this season, during this time, during a pandemic, even though we'd have never planned that or chosen it. And we just started to think differently, to shift our minds, to go, all of the things that we see as obstacles are really interesting opportunities for us to pivot and try new things. We're gonna start trying to reach people digitally. We need to be present in the moment, and digital allows us to do that. Truthfully, I didn't think we would make very many connections. I didn't think people would respond, but we hear this story over and over again. I would never usually answer this email, but I did, and I'm so glad that I did. And so we started FaceTiming or Zooming these people. That's how we built a launch team. We started building a launch team from several hundred miles away. When the pandemic happened, we met as a team and we said, we weren't planning on doing this for another 6 or 9 months, but we're gonna do an online service. All these people that we had been inviting and Facebook cold calling, we invited them to be a part, and all of a sudden, it was like overnight, we launched our service and a weekly digital group in the midst of COVID. But it was like the Lord was leading us. He was going before us. We're able to reach a broader audience, but still make it extremely personal. The message of Jesus in and of itself is so irresistible. Even if you're not a follower of Jesus, you actually probably wish for the world that Jesus taught about and the new kingdom that he invited us into. When you think about right now and why now is a fantastic time to plant a church, the temptation is to go, maybe we can't meet as often as we thought, or maybe we can't meet in person. But the opportunity that's come from it is all of a sudden, because of the pandemic, because we're in an election year, because the racial tensions that we're experiencing, all of a sudden the world is asking a set of questions and they're looking for answers and they're looking to process things. This is not just about a pandemic, and the church has been primed for this moment forever. I mean, for the existence of the local church, this is what we do. Like, we show up in these moments and we get to point to the gospel, and we get to point to what Jesus has done on our behalf to lead us through these moments. And now all of a sudden, people are watching, people are thinking about it. And the temptation to step back, the temptation to think that we've lost something, the temptation to go, well, we can't gather, then what do we do? Like, this is when we get to shine. This is when we get to show up. All of the things that we tend to see as obstacles, I believe, really are opportunities, and invite Jesus to move through us during this time with individuals who are walking a road going, I'm listening in a way that maybe I haven't before, through mediums that we might not have used or leveraged as much as we could have before to reach more people. I think it's a powerful time to plant a church. I think now, in our generation, this is going to be one of the most amazing times to plant a church if we see these things a little bit differently than maybe we've seen them in the past.